On joint and collective motion, are you agreeing? Okay. On joint and collective motion. Next item. Yes, Councilor Labadia.
Can we go back to item number 1?
Okay, we go back to item number 1.
Actually, this is all the mayor is requesting for an authority. Actually, the Sangguniang Panlungsod and the Committee on Agriculture has been deliberating this particular request from the DA. So I would like to move, Mr. Chairman, on joint and collective
Right.
A resolution congratulating Ms. Raquel Peters and former resident of Naga for winning the Miss Binibining Pilipinas Universe 2017.
What about the declaration of support? Should that still found its way in the title or only in the whereas clauses?
It can be put under a whereas clause, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Let us now ask your cousin if he is amenable to your suggestion.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yung pong full support, pwede kita makasupport sa rong tao. Bakuan po yung material na bagay. Iyan po pamibi na sana bako lang di sa Pilipinas, kundi sa intirong kinaban, manggana siya na maging Miss Universe. Kung magana po siya, dakula pong orgulyo yan sa mga taga-Naga, asin sa Camarines-Sur. Kaya ito pong pagdeklara, karon po nagtataw po kita ng incentives, paglaom, asin po, mikmimirata na ang Camarines-Sur bilang ang sayang boyfriend, yung gobernador ta, mas maging baka po na maging maraya ang iribahan. Na ini po ani ang problema kan sa tuya mga city youth official na pigmimiral na good governance ang Naga City, alakat pigparamuda, kamakat laga sipyo. Anong klaseng good governance pag-araw kayo? Kaya ini po bako po ning material na bakit ng full support. Okay. Ang declaration kang full support, ini po sa tuya po ang hagado na sana po sa tuyang kamalangnan na manggana na magi pong universe sa intirong kinaban.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Vidal Castillo. In as much as you did not comment on the first part of the suggestion of Councilor Del Castillo, that is considered impliedly accepted. Okay? In which case, if it is all right that we only modified Vidal Castillo. Next item.
The second resolution, Mr. Chair.
Again, Councilor Castillo.
A resolution appreciating and commending the Naga City youth officials of 2017 for their effective execution of duty and performance and welcoming and greeting the reigning Binibining Pilipinas Universe 2017 for Miss Rachel Peters and Camarines-Sur Governor Miguel Luis Arbelaperte last May 12, 2017 at the City Hall compound, Naga City. So I move, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection, the same is approved. Next item. Garong pinakaugmahon duman si Kerwin. Si Councilor Kerwin. I can still remember, it's ringing in my ear. According to him, the day will not pass without ensuring that the reigning Binibining Pilipinas Universe is already without any boyfriend. Councilor Raquel Arroyo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I am commenting on this matter. Not so much because I am supportive of beauty contests, because the truth is I am not. But I am commenting on the second resolution to express my hope that a similar resolution for more substantive actions that the CYOs would have performed at the end of their term, we will issue. So, just to express my hope, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilor Raquel Arroyo. Councilor Del Rosario? Yes.
Mr. Chair, I also support the position of Councilor Miles.
Okay. Next item. Next item.
The subject matter of the privileged speeches of the city councilors.
Okay. Again, as earlier manifested, we want an immediate action on this. So, what do we do? Earlier, I think we have already agreed to invite the presence, the person of the Human Resource Management Officer. Who else? I don't know. Councilor Del Castillo?
In my motion, Mr. Chair, I move that we invite the President of and officers of Nasilgia. Nasilgia.
And that means Mr. Ansel Mano.
Ansel Mano and some of the officers who managed the activity last Friday.
Does anyone know from the city youth officials, aside from Mr. Ansel Mano, who were the employees, members of the employees union, were specifically designated as chairman or in charge of the event? Do you know anyone?
Mr. Chairman, I believe Mr. Manyo as the President can tell us who are the heads of the various committees.
So we will first call Mr. Ansel
Yes,
Mano.
together with the Human Resource Management Officer, because there is some a semblance of discipline in this particular matter, Mr. Chair,
Okay.
which the Human Resource Management Officer should know.
Okay. For the meantime, do we limit ourselves only to these two persons? For the meantime, the secretary is now instructed to invite, to require the presence of the two persons. What else do we do? Councilor Rakid Arroyo?
Earlier, Mr. Chair, earlier I was of the idea that we would also be inviting the persons directly responsible for the actions complained against by our counterpart councilors. So if there is anyone from our counterpart councilors who know the name of those concerned individuals, I think we should have them now.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Rakid Arroyo. Although I think a reservation was expressed by Councilor Greg Abonal, he had a reservation as to us naming and inviting the person because of the possibility of that person or persons being already condemned, accused unfairly. That's my sense. Councilor Rakid Arroyo?
I think the fact that the actions have already been put out in the open, thereby in fact casting doubt even on the integrity of the city government, I think the named individuals must already be identified.
Okay.
But as to what action we will take, that's the next step. But the name should already be out, considering that the actions have already been out also.
Okay. So
And-
if
thank you.
if everyone is in agreement, yes, Councilor Jose Ranyola?
Well, I think that's the way how to be done.
Okay.
Because what's the use of calling the human resource head and the Nasigia if
Okay.
you cannot name names?
Okay.
Who are we going to allude into? Nothing.
Okay.
So there must be name.
And whoever is or are that persons who will be identified cannot say that he will not be given his day in court because he will still be allowed to speak and explain himself, right? So we are in agreement? Okay, in which case, can we hear now from the city youth councilors? Can you tell us the names of the persons involved? Yes, Councilor Lumeda?
First po, sir, on my privilege speech regarding the practice for the mob dance, it was that person was from the Sepio named Jeff, and the other one was
Jeff you mean Jeff Achas? Jeffrey Achas? Is that correct? There is no other Jeff in Sepio, right? So you are referring to Mr. Jeffrey Achas.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who else?
The second person who is from the Employee Olympics was from the City Treasurer's office. His nickname was Marms. I was not informed of his surname.
Marms. So, if the nickname is Marms, he is Raymond Nasayaw. Alright? Okay. Is there any other person involved? Yes, Councilor Ken Mendoza.
Mr. Chair, I just want to ask the city officials if they know the name of the guy wearing a red bike. Yes. Raymond? Ay, yung girl po. Ay, Diamond po.
Okay, so there are only two persons. So we are referring to Mr. Jeffrey Achas and Mr. Raymond Nasayaw. Okay? The secretary is therefore instructed to ensure the presence of the two named persons. For the meantime, we temporarily defer this. Before that, Councilor Ken Mendoza.
Mr. Chair, not just two person because we still have the girl, the lady po pala, sa City Treasurer's office wearing eyeglasses po.
So we have to identify the person. You can tell us later.
Yes, Mr.
If
Chair.
you do not recall yet. Talk to other city youth councilors and find out the name of the person you are referring to. By the way, we acknowledge the presence of Attorney Perfecto Bragais
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
and Mr. Ernie El Camel of PS. Yes, of course. Engineer Albo of the City Engineer's Office. So, it's now 10:40. Councilor Greg Abonal.
Mr. Chairman, if we're calling for employees, I suggest we call together their head so that they can be here present.
Will that be all right? Okay, we also invite the respective head of offices of the named individual. The secretary is so instructed. So for the meantime, we take a break.
10:41. Kaya mo na lang yung obviously. Punta lang mo na lang. Kaya mo na lang